Going on? I'm Marcus, the debt free dad. Over here, we talk finances and attorney reactions. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about college tuition, what I'm doing with my son's tuition since he's going to be going off in a few weeks. If you're new to the channel, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment if you get some value out of it. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button, whatever, just interact. And hey, I'm not selling you anything, but I am asking for your support to support the channel and help it feed the YouTube algorithm. I am a licensed attorney, but hey, if you're looking for legal or financial advice, always seek a professional in your area. What are your opinions? And y'all let me know in the comments. What are your opinions on a parent's obligations to pay for their child or not pay for their child's college education? I'll tell you, my view has changed over the years. Initially, when I was really young and really broke, I was like, man, nah, hell nah. You want to go to school, you got to go be all you can be. That's your benefit. So why should I have to pay for your benefit? But as I matured, as I became more financially savvy, I understood that allowing my child to graduate with a degree puts them in a position where they can really secure a bag. They can really have a great head start in life, not start out in the negative, not start out with a crap load of debt and all of that other stuff. So my perspective has changed over the years. So essentially, how the numbers break down, my son's college cost about $40,000 a year. The title of this video, well, you can see on the thumbnail, is satisfaction. Because normally people, we don't like paying stuff. Like, we count our blessings. We understand that it's a blessing to be able to pay things and have the ability to pay things. But most people aren't happy when they got to fix the air conditioner for $2,000 and they got to cut a check. They're like, damn. Even if they got to do it, they're like, damn, this hurt, but at least I got it. A few weeks ago, when I went to my son's school so he can register for classes, I have never felt so satisfied, proud, and just happy to cut a check for $9,000. Had to cut a check for about $9,000 for that first semester. Now, like I said, the breakdown was $40,000 a year. Initially, it looked like we had to pay about $18,000 out of pocket, but some extra scholarships and grant came through. So now we're only on the hook for about $15,000 per year out of pocket. Essentially, what I'm doing is I'm paying 10,000 of the 15,000, and my son is taking out a loan for the 5,000. Now I know y'all probably saying, "Yo, bro, you just talking about how you want your kids to have a head start. Why are you making them take out a loan?" Well, there's a few things. I come from a place where, well, I don't come from a place, but literally everybody I know who parents took care of their college 100%, like they had no obligation, they never capitalized on it. It took them 7 years to graduate. They dropped out. It was people who, I lie to you not, I went to undergrad for 2 years. I left, went to the military 4 years, came back, went back to undergrad to finish up, and it was still people who were there when I was in school. I was gone. I went to a war and all sorts of shit, and it was people still there. So, from my experience, most people who are just giving something to them, they never really appreciate it. Plus, I think it's beneficial for my son and his personality to have a little bit of skin in the game. So, essentially, if he takes 4 years to graduate, which he should, we're going to be on the hook for $40,000. I'm paying $40,000 out of pocket. He's going to be on the hook. That'll be $10,000 a year out of my pocket. He's going to be on the hook for $5,000 a year out of his pocket. So he'll have a $20,000 student loan bill when he graduates. Now, of course, if he takes care of business, if he graduates, if his grades are good, I'll probably go ahead and take care of that $20,000 loan balance that he had. I'm not going to do it while he's currently enrolled in school, long as he's on track. But at the time he graduate, before the interest accrue, if he takes care of business, I'll take care of that loan for him to give him a head start. Now, I know a lot of people probably watching this video like, yo, you a lawyer and you've been in the game for a while and you got all these extra resources. But it didn't always start out like that. Early on, when I first started my son's 529, I don't know, I was maybe like 25, 26. It got to a point where I saved about $6,000 for him. But because I wasn't the greatest with money, I made some bad decisions. I was carrying a lot of debt. An emergency or something happened. I don't even remember really what it was, but something happened where I needed to get that $6,000 out to essentially be able to sustain our lifestyle, make sure the lights stay on, make sure the mortgage was paid, and all of these types of things. And I'm not gonna lie, it actually made me feel terrible. Like, even to this day, I look at my son 529 and be like, man, I owe him $6,000. Even though, what we have now is good and we're making a lot of progress. But you know, it kind of had me down because I had to start from scratch. So even if you don't have anything, starting from scratch is something you can do. And I just did it one step at a time. I started out with $100 a month. And then as I was able to get rid of some debt, as I was able to get a promotion at my job, I went up to about $300 a month. And currently I put in about $500 a month towards his school. Now, if you're a parent and you don't have the ability to contribute to your child's 529, there are still ways that you can help. I think way number one is by explaining to them the importance of finding a school that's affordable. Hey, you can go to a school that costs $60,000 a year, but you're going to have to eat all of the cost of that. So just explaining what alternate routes they can do to find a way to make school costs as low as possible. There's community colleges, there's state colleges, there's going to school part-time while you're working to cash flow in it. If a loan has to be taken out, the general rule that I think people should follow, which I wish I would have done, would be don't take out an amount of loans that's going to be more than what you can expect to make in your first year of working with the degree that you obtain. So essentially, what that does is it puts some parameters so you don't get too in over your head. If I got a history degree, which I wouldn't recommend anyone getting a history degree, but if I did get a history degree, and history majors make on average $30,000 a year in their first year working after graduating, my total loans for the 4 years of that degree shouldn't be more than $30,000. Now, the other thing that this does is it makes you put a focus on what your major is. I did a video where I talked about wealth by nationality, and Indian Americans have the highest wealth per household in the United States. And at like a 75% clip, when they go to school, they major in science, technology, engineering, or math. Those are the degrees that's going to have a high reward. Or if you're going for something professional that's going to require some additional schooling, like doctor, lawyer, veterinarian, something to that effect. Picking the right degree that's going to be something where you can graduate with, go right into the workforce, and make a competitive salary is important. So if you do have to take out loans, don't take out more than you can expect to make in your first year. And make sure that you are focusing on the type of degree that you're getting. If you like music, that's cool. Me, I'm not paying for a music degree. It's just not happening. I'm not doing it. But you can minor in music, you can double major in music and one of the sciences or math or something to that effect. I'll give you a little bit of room for flexibility here. The other way you can help is if you can't help with the tuition, you can just help where you can help. I remember when I was in college, my parents couldn't help me with the tuition, but my father actually gave me a credit card. It had like a $500 limit. It was for like books and supplies, and maybe if I wanted to get something to eat, it was for those type of things. And I used it responsibly for maybe about 3 semesters. When I got to like that fourth semester, I bought like some Jordans and a velour sweatsuit. And the next thing you know, he was like, nah, fam, you got to pay that shit off yourself. So, that's just kind of what it was. But offer the help that you can give. The best help that you can give is advice so they can understand and know how to navigate the process. And if you've never went to college, so you don't really know how to navigate the process, there are a lot of great books out there. There are a lot of great YouTubers out there who are giving out gems on one, how to apply for scholarships, grants, how to get free money for school, and how to make school affordable. Debt-free degree, all of these different types of books are out there. So definitely capitalize on that. At the end of the day, you have to do the best that you can do, and long as you're doing your best, your children are going to understand. They're going to appreciate it. It may not be at that exact moment, but in hindsight, they'll look back and be like, yo, you know what? My parents held me down to the best of their ability. They did their best. I definitely respect them for that. But it was just so beautiful and satisfying to understand that early on I made some mistakes with regard to my son's education, but I also made some good decisions later on, and it allowed me to be where I am right now, where his tuition doesn't impact that bottom line. I don't got to go out and do a bunch of Instacart and do a bunch of other things to be able to pay that tuition off. I can just kind of handle it, and that's just the satisfaction of having the resources, but more importantly, of seeing where you come from, coming from a place to where you can't do something, having a plan, working that plan, and then seeing that plan pay off so you can take care of the goal or the obligation that you wanted to take care of when you originally started the damn plan that you created. So that's it for this video. Y'all let me know, what are y'all takes on financing your children's education? Are you going to do it outright? Are you obligated to do it? Is that their expense? Are you going to help them but not pay for it all? Or does it depend? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, check out the content on the screen. There's going to be more content related to finances and attorney reactions.